And this is the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show, and a loss that will live in infamy and in the Rangers' craw perhaps all summer long. On a night the Rangers never trailed, they also never should have thrown away a point, but they did. And this is where they stand at night's end. They would have been in the playoff spot in that second wild card had they won, but they didn't. 75 points apiece for the Blue Jackets, Canadiens, and Rangers, and because of games remaining, Columbus has that second spot. The Rangers lead the Islanders by a point, the Red Wings by 3, but this is one that will hurt. 5-4 the final. In overtime, the Anaheim Ducks beat the Rangers. Welcome inside our Delta MSG studios, everyone. Alongside Brian Boyle, I am John Giannone. I am going to ask you to make sense of this, but there is no making sense of what we just saw. And you said at the top of the night on the pregame show, nobody seems to want it. And you can put the Rangers in the category of nobody, because that was an absolute win, twice having a 2-goal lead in the third period and not coming away with 2 points.
Where do you want to go? The power play chances, the fact that you score 4 goals and you have a 2-goal lead in the third period. When I played, when I was where I came from, that was usually a lockdown win, no questions asked, and you're on to the next one. To give up what they gave up, especially late, and how they gave it up, should be very disappointing, and hopefully they're motivated for tomorrow night. To a team, Brian, again, we talked in the pregame show about how this wasn't going to be a walkover game for the Rangers, but yet it's still a team that has no chance of making the playoffs. And it's a team for which you possessed a 2-goal lead in the third period, and you were handed 5 minor penalties by Anaheim in the third period alone. The Rangers scored on one of them, but they didn't score on any of the others, including a long, minute 40-plus, 5-on-3. Yeah, the 5-on-3 where you can't get a shot on net is really, really disappointing. But the fact remains, it's a 2-goal lead with little time left that gets evaporated, and then in short order, the game's over. You lose the extra point. There's a number of things that you could point to, but there's a certain fragility right now in the group where it didn't go right, obviously, and they were unable to lock it down and find a way to get the extra point. Mika Zibanejad scored a power play goal for the Rangers early in the third period. It gave the Rangers a 4-2 lead, one they could not hold, giving up 3 more after that, including the one 59 seconds into overtime. They lose it 5-4 in Anaheim. Let's begin our post-game reaction in California with Mika Zibanejad.
How the game got away?
I mean, we have a 5-on-3.
Yeah.
Two more power plays after that, and we can't convert. I mean, when they kill them off, they're still in the game, and there's some rush chances that they make the most out of, and yeah, it's just frustrating.
When you're on the ice, can you feel the game changing at all, or not necessarily?
I don't think it's a whole momentum thing that, like in terms of like, oh, we get hemmed in our own zone. I think it's just they get a couple of rush chances. That, I don't know if I haven't seen any replays of it or why it happens or what happens, but obviously power plays for me is a big thing that we can't close a game. We should have been able to close a game with the chances that we had and chances that we got on the power play, and we didn't.
Did you feel there was too much open ice during the game? Because they seem to have the puck quite a bit.
I thought it was 5-on-5. I thought it was a very choppy game with all the penalties back and forth and playing on the, killing penalties, playing on the power play. I felt like it was the 5-on-5 was, and there was no rhythm to it. Yeah, I don't think there was enough 5-on-5 to say it was open. But, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's not much to say to that third period especially. When
the team's been struggling the way you have over the last couple of weeks again, how do you respond? Like, it's right after the game, so but
yeah,
what is this?
There's nothing I could give you right now. Obviously, we have a quick turnaround tomorrow, and I mean, we're not helping ourselves, but we're still in it. So I mean, that was 2 points you got to have again. Just quick turnaround tomorrow. So that is just, again, an inexcusable third period there.
It seemed, though, for a lot of the game, you're on your toes more than you had been. You were bringing the game to them, and then I guess with the power,
No, we played well. Good teams do not, lose a game like that, especially when even in the third we had 4 power plays and 5 power plays. Just that can't happen. But we got 1 point. Take that again. We're still in this with 9 to go, and a quick turnaround tomorrow to get 2 points.
Okay. Was anything said in the room after the game, or is that just a game where everyone knows that?
No, not much has to be said. I think we all know, and not much right after that.
Okay.
Thoughts from Mika Zibanejad and then Adam Fox, and I thought the most succinct comment came from Fox when he said, "Good teams do not lose games like that."
Yeah, he's right. I mean, he's right, 100% right. What I didn't like was immediately speaking of the power play, because they're a 4-2 game, right? And they have these power play opportunities. Right, okay, that's fine and get your chances, but you're eating away at the clock with a 2-goal lead. If they don't convert, that's okay. You don't need more goals. And if you're frustrated about the power play not converting, you have to get over it quickly. You have to turn the page. That's an issue. That's wasted energy. So don't worry about if the power play didn't convert. It converted earlier. Okay, the one-timer goal that Mika had was a beautiful goal. It was a great setup, but you have to turn the page and understand that, okay, we still have a 2-goal lead, and 2 minutes are off the clock now. We have less time to kill off to finish the game. You cannot dwell on that, and you still need to defend.
Right. And that less time to kill off the game lasted 9 seconds, because after the Rangers' last power play ended, it took 9 seconds for the Ducks to tie it, and then 59 seconds into overtime for the Ducks to win it. Take us through the goals.
Well, yeah, they were dangerous. The Ducks were dangerous all night on the rushes, and they play with a certain swagger that sometimes when you know you're eliminated, you can have. And this is a lot of waiting around. It's a turnover, essentially. It's a kill play, and you have a 4-on-2 here. And when this happens, you're not on the power play anymore. You can't be thinking just offense and what's supposed to happen. JT Miller's trying to get that down low, but the other 2 forwards can't be cheating down low, because now you can't get back. It's a 4-on-2. And these are talented Ducks players. They're learning how to win. The reason they were down 4-2 is because of the penalties and the undisciplined action. But this is a great example of what you would see from a younger team. This is the Rangers now, and they're doing a decent enough job. But as soon as there's almost a chance, you see all 3 go to the top and see Cutter Gauthier, because he is a threat, because he can shoot, overcommit to him in the middle. This is a better angle of it. Lacombe is very patient. All 3 are puck watching Cutter Gauthier in the middle of the ice. The puck's not going to get through, but Gautier's a good, crafty player. It's only 3-on-3. He goes over to Lacombe, and Lacombe, again, who's having a great season. We talked about him. We talked about Gauthier before. We talked about Leo Carlson. These guys can hurt you. And they did. They did at the end because it was over pursuing a one-puck guy, watching the puck instead of staying with your check and being diligent.
How do you overcome this in less than 24 hours? I mean, is it good that you're playing in less than 24 hours? Because I can't imagine any team in a position that the Rangers are in right now could just easily turn the page. I know it's a sports cliche. How do you do it when you lose like this?
Well, the good thing is I think we just saw there, and it wasn't great killing, and it wasn't great 3-on-3. They're trying. They're trying a little too hard. They're trying to do a little too much. So the passion is there, and to get right back out in a back-to-back with the fire in your belly is probably a good situation in a game that they should win and have to win. There's no must-wins until you're eliminated, but this could bury them if they don't get 2 points out of San Jose.
Defeat from the jaws of victory. Rangers have now lost 5 of their last 6, 8 of their last 11, and they do not move above that cut line in the Eastern Conference thanks to a crazy comeback and a win in overtime by the Anaheim Ducks.